Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game from Scratch, and let's just cut through the chase. And good news for a lot of Unity developers. John Riccitiello, CEO of Unity, is gone. He is stepping down or retiring or being pushed out the door. Don't really know which one, but at the end of the day, it's probably what needed to happen. So if you're curious what the heck happened at Unity, well, back on September the 12th, Unity announced perhaps the most asinine pricing change I have ever heard of in my life. They were trying to get a 20 cents fee from everybody that did an install of the Unity Runtime. The Unity Runtime is basically required by every single Unity game ever made. It was one of those things that you just kind of included with Unity, sort of like how C# programs required the .NET runtime. Well, they thought this was a great new way to kick in money, and this was going to apply to every Unity game ever made. Now, there was some, revenue limitations, etc., but it was just such a scumbag move that basically the entire industry fought back against it. I mean, like the entire industry. Every single professional Unity developer, for the most part, a lot of people that were working with them with their ad system just turned off the ads, stopped using Iron Source. A number of developers announced that they were leaving the ecosystem. Eventually, Unity walked most of it back. So on exactly 10 days later, on September the 22nd, they changed the pricing quite a bit. One of the good news for smaller independent developers is they moved the splash screen from the personal version, and they doubled up the amount of revenue you can make. So you now make up to $200,000 on the personal side of things. So that was a win for very small developers, but they're also going to go ahead with this runtime fee, but it's only going to kick in for people using the 2023 LTS version. But no matter how you look at it, they did a lot of damage here, and then 10 days of silence. That is just... You can't reconcile that. You cannot have your leadership team just go silent after lighting your company on fire for like 10 days. So this, and they never did hear from him, by the way. This was actually Mark Whitten, the head of the Create team, that finally came out and made the announcement. So the CEO said nothing for almost 2 weeks' time. So moving on to today, we have this tweet from Jason Schreier. Now, this guy is actually the fellow over at Bloomberg who reported the leak of the pricing changes that were happening at Unity. And yeah, news. John Riccitiello is stepping down as CEO and president of Unity per company. I'm not exactly sure what they mean there, but the key thing here is it's not just him. This is not just a leak. If you head on over to Business Wire, you will find the following article. So Unity announces leadership transition. By the way, I have confirmed this with contacts inside of Unity. This is very much a thing. It is not April Fool's. He is out. The world's leading platform for creating and growing real-time 3D content today announced that John Riccitiello, there's that extra I in there, so I say it wrong every time. I apologize, will retire as president, chief executive officer, chairman, and member of the company's board of directors effective immediately. So that is like, he's not just out as CEO, he's off the board. He is gone. James M. Whitehurst has been appointed interim CEO, president, and a member of the board. Rolef Botha, lead independent director of the Unity board, has been appointed chairman. Riccitiello will continue to advise Unity to ensure a smooth transition. The board will initiate a comprehensive search process with the assistance of a leading executive search firm to identify a permanent CEO. Working with Unity under John's leadership has been one of the highlights of my career. John joined the Unity board in 2013 and stepped in to lead the company in 2014 at a time where we faced significant challenges. John has led Unity through incredible growth over the past 10 years, helping us transition from perpetual licenses to a subscription model, enabling developers to monetize, building other game services to serve our creator community, leading us through an IPO, positioning us as a pioneer in the developer community. Unity would not be where it is today without the impact of its contributions, and also not mentioning all the companies that Unity bought in the meanwhile that made no bloody sense, that gave them the cash crunch that they're in now in the first place. But generally, these kind of articles are more on the positive side of someone's performance. I remain excited for the future of Unity. In all honesty, I am so much more excited about the future of Unity because of this change. It has been a privilege to lead Unity for nearly a decade and serve our employees, customers, developers, and partners, all of whom have been instrumental to the company's growth. I look forward to supporting Unity through this transition and following the company's future success. Mr. Whitehurst, again, Whitehurst is the interim CEO, is a seasoned technology and public company executive executive. He previously served as senior advisor and president at IBM after joining IBM's acquisition of Red Hat, a leading provider of open source enterprise IT products and services, where he served as president and chief executive officer from 2008 to 2020. I am honored to join Unity as interim CEO and president at this important time in its evolution. Very, very important time. There's a lot of damage to be fixed at this point. With the company's experienced leadership and passionate employees, I'm confident Unity is well positioned to continue enhancing its platform, strengthening its community of customers, developers, and partners, focusing on its growth and profitability goals. I look forward to working closely with the board and the talented global team to execute on our strategy, and I anticipate a seamless transition. Unity reaffirms its previously announced third quarter 2023 guidance. The company expectations regarding its third quarter 2023 financial results are preliminary and are subject to revision in connection with Unity's financial closing procedures and finalization of the company's condensed consolidated financial statements for the third quarter of 2023. Actual results may differ from these preliminary expectations. Again, this is Business Wire, so that's why you are seeing these kinds of things. Unity will release third quarter 2023 financial results after market close on Thursday, November the 9th. I wonder if that's why for the timing. And then with a webcast to follow at 2 p.m/5 p.m. Eastern Time. Webcast shareholders letter can be accessed at investors.unity.com. So yeah, that is where we're at. John is gone. And again, it sounds like John is gone immediately. And he's not just gone as CEO, he is gone as chairman and member of the board of directors. So that is as gone as you can get. And honestly, I think this is exactly what needed to happen. If you don't know, John has kind of a checkered history in the world of gaming. He was the CEO of Electronic Arts when they successfully managed to win Worst Company in 1 year and then next year after that. So that's a pretty impressive accomplishment there. I was wondering if he was going to win it this year at Unity, get it, the trifecta, because nobody's ever won it twice. So to win it 3 times, that would have been a bold move for a CEO. And it's, again, a lot of people are like, how does this CEO keep failing upwards? Well, the truth of the matter is, Unity brought him in for a very specific reason, and that is to bring the company public. They are public now. And yeah, this is where we are. I think a lot of people, after the lunacy of what happened over last month, were looking for a change at the executive level. And this is as executive level as you can get. And honestly, I think this had to happen. This is good for Unity, people's faith in Unity. Now, a lot of it's going to come down to who they bring in to replace. And I think, in all honesty, probably one of the biggest reasons why this happened is this. So the stock is down about $10 since, slightly less. I think it was trading at about $38 when all of this was announced. And right now it's sub 30. And I don't think those results are going to be amazing reported because they're going to lose all of the revenue from the whole user revolt that they had, where people turned off Iron Source and Unity ads, etc. So that's obviously going to have an impact on their earnings in this quarter directly. And then they're going to have to really get things together because people are going to need to buy Unity 2023 for this new runtime fee to kick in. So they're going to have to make sure that there is a value proposition, or people are just going to stay with existing versions and migrate to other engines. So they have their work cut out for them, and hopefully they do find the right CEO, but I know that they just got rid of the right CEO at the same time. John was just a bad fit, it seemed, and the company was going in a very bad direction. And I know, again, reading all of your comments, the vast majority of you wanted him out, and I saw nobody saying they wanted him to stay. So I think this will be good news for you. I think if you are a Unity developer looking for a bit more confidence in the company, hopefully this will bring it to you. I think, again, this had to happen. You just 10 days of silence. 10 days that occurred before they finally said anything after basically setting their company on fire. There's no way you can keep your executive team around after that. And yeah, so again, he's John Riccitiello as out as a CEO and chairman, and he's off the board. So that is, again, about as out as you can be, and I know that's going to make a lot of you happy. But I'm curious, let me know what you think of John being gone. Comments down below, and I'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.